very hard player to guard. But we're getting ready for him, and it's gonna be a good matchup. Um, he's an All-American player for a reason. He's very talented.
He said he thinks you have a lot of potential too.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Do you like to see so many good big men in college these days?
Yeah.
Especially this year, there's been a lot.
Yeah.
Three of them really are playing tomorrow night.
Yeah. Just to be able to play against one of the best big men in the country is great for me and Adama. To play against great big men make us better. And it's just fun to be able to battle down there against someone who's just as talented, if not more talented. Because it just gives us an extra boost of energy, or more of a reason to just go harder, and we just want to go out there and dominate as best as we could.
Do you hope to see guys like Timmy and Adama? Obviously, people always say undersized, center, that kind of stuff. You can step out and hit. Do you think there's a room place for those guys in the NBA?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Dama has so many different aspects to his game, and he's so talented in so many ways that I could see him doing well in the NBA, and I feel like there should be spots and where he could play just because how talented he is, and if coach tells Dama that he needs to improve in something, he's gonna work his tail off to get better at that specific thing.
Donovan, what part of your game do you feel has grown the most since coming over from Bristol Central?
Being more physical. The ball screen defense has definitely gotten improved over the past year. Trying to block shots at the rim. Finishing through contact. Finishing through multiple defenders. It's just I feel like all the little things I've been working on throughout the past year, and it's helped me in the long run.
Was there anything specific you felt you wanted to work on entering the NCAA tournament?
Just being stronger with the ball. Attacking every ball with two hands, off the rim. Because I went through a rough stretch where sometimes I was dropping the ball or not grabbing the ball off the rim, on rebounds. So I was in the weight room just trying to ball slaps and stuff, and just trying to get my hands stronger and just be tougher with the ball, rebounding.
The report that came out earlier today about having personal items stolen from the bus. Did you have anything stolen?
Yeah, that's in the past. I'm really not worried about that right now. I was just trying to worry about tomorrow's game. Just really told not to talk about that right now. Sorry about that.
Do you think it'll be hard to sleep?
No, I mean, tomorrow's just yes, it's Elite Eight. To be a big time matchup. Big game. But I'm just in my head, it's just a regular game that I have to go out there and play. I'm just. Yes, I'm gonna have butterflies. Yes, I'm gonna be excited, a little nervous, but I'm go to bed at a reasonable time, wake up tomorrow, shoot around and stuff, and just get ready for a game like I do every other game. I just can't switch up my routine and work myself up. I just gotta keep doing what I'm doing, pre-game, because that helps me stay locked in for the game.
A lot of having success on a stage like this is being able to channel emotions properly, I would think, right?
Yeah, just. One thing that coach always talks about is the in-game adversity. Being able to stay strong through all the adversity through the game, and being able to work through it and stay composed is something that he emphasizes. So for me to go out there and if we're on the other team's on a run, or things aren't going our way, we just got to stay composed and just keep doing what we're doing. We'll be good.
Obviously, it's a team thing, but individual matchups are so big. How are you excited about facing a guy like Drew Timme?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited. Tomorrow's, for me and Donovan, would be a big time matchup. Drew Timme's, one heck of a player. He could, score the ball multiple ways. He could push the ball up the floor off of a defensive rebound. He's just so talented. He's tough. He's got great footwork. He's quick. He's a great player, and that's going to be a big matchup for me and Dom tomorrow. But we're both ready for it, and it's the Elite Eight, so we have no choice.